Video is really the new black. What do I mean by that? Well, if you want to have a great business and for people to get to know you faster, get out your iPhone, get out your iPad, or as I'm doing, standing in front of my iMac with my little lights as my studio, and get yourself on camera. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be you. And this is what this week's video is all about. So let's face it, online isn't going anywhere. In fact, more and more we're spending more time online. And if you're anything like me, you want to connect with someone even faster. And video, I find, is such a beautiful way to capture your own essence as to who you are. And remember, there's only one of you, so be yourself. You don't need to be anyone else. And it's so much easier now. So anyway, I want to share my top tips of how I've set up a little studio in my office so that now I don't need to be setting things up. I just need to turn my lights on, turn my overhead lights off, and voila, hit record on my iMac, and away I go. So let me share with you my top tips. Tip number one is about getting great lighting. Now, you don't need to set up a studio. I've got a couple of light boxes, and I'll take a photograph. I've literally got them behind my iMac. I have standing desks, so I'm standing and recording right now. I'm in my office, and if I moved out of the way, you'll see my beautiful daughter's toys and stuff. This is my reality. I am a working mum. She's upstairs having a siesta, so I slapped on a bit of lippy and a bit of foundation. I've got my PJ pants underneath, but it doesn't matter, you can't see them, and I'm just shooting. But good lighting is really key. Now, I've got lights in the ceiling which I don't turn on because then I get a terrible shadow and my dark circles look horrendous because I'm not getting enough sleep. But I have got two lights positioned here, which are professional lights, a couple of $100 on eBay, standing there to balance out my lighting, so I don't have to do as much editing. It cuts down the time. However, I used to do all my videos on my iPhone, and I just stand in good lighting so I didn't have crazy shadows, and I would literally hold my iPhone and film. In fact, I still do some filming like that. Lighting, I think, is one of the most critical things. Next is sound. Now, I project. I used to be an actress, so I'm quite comfortable projecting my voice and as a speaker. But if not, get a microphone, or you can use your headset off your iPhone. Obviously, I'm an iPhone kind of gal. And you can just clip it onto your bra or top or something, the microphone bit, so at least you get good sound. But I'm close to my iMac, so I'm just talking normally, and I get good sound. Now, if I was outside and there was a lot of background noise, yeah, I'd think about what kind of sound equipment would I need, i.e. a microphone attached straight to my iPhone, or my camera, which I don't use as much anymore, as I just record straight onto my phone. And it's only because I've got such little time and the channeling ideas are coming down fast, so I just grab my iPhone and go. The third tip is about how you're going to frame up the shot. So for me, this is my working life. This is my office. I used to have a green screen, which again I bought with my light sets, and I do fancy backgrounds. But now I'm all about, look, this is who I am. Love me for who I am. I'm, standing here. My daughter's asleep. I've got my office, which mostly is clean and tidy. I've got good lighting, and I'm comfortable that this is my reality, and that therefore I'm going to share this with whoever's watching this video. I did a recording last week in the car because Frankie was asleep, and I went, this is a perfect opportunity. And choose your background that's not going to be too distracting so that people are always looking behind you rather than focusing at you and listening to your sweet dulcet tones. But again, be yourself. That's one of my primary things. You are who you are, and that's what people want to hear or not hear. Number 4 is about connecting with the camera. So it's interesting when you're, like I'm on my iMac, so I could see myself if I looked at the screen, my camera's at the top. So I always picture, particularly when I first started doing this, 1 or 2 key people I would be saying this message to directly. Because I've noticed at first when I was first starting to do camera work, I was a little bit like a robot, kind of with a weird persona. But now I think because I've done so much of it, and I'm a bit of a yabber, if you can't already tell, that I just talk as if I'm talking to girlfriends or clients, which really a lot of my clients are friends anyway. So at first, though, it does help if you imagine someone standing just behind the camera. I remember when I did my TV show years ago, the cameraman said, literally imagine that somebody's on the other side of the lens that you want to actually talk to. And I really felt it helped. And it takes us to a 6th point, because you want to connect. And connecting means you're really intentionalizing your message to someone, not just a broad community. And I do have certain people that I know that I'm connecting with at a really intimate level when I'm doing these videos. So it helps me to picture them that I'm actually having a conversation with them, not having a weird conversation with my iMac with these big bold lights here. And look, it's practice, practice, practice. I do know for when I first started, I would really map out and script all my videos, and I used to have a teleprompter on my iPad with an app. But now what I do is a map. And if you could see here, I've just bullet pointed some ideas, and I know my content that I just have a few bullet points that I go, yep, these are the key messages, and then I just go. The downside is sometimes I do waffle on for too long and I make really long videos because I get sidetracked because I get so enthusiastic with my content. However, I do find that I can shape and pull it back in, or I just edit some of it out. But if you do need to script, but learn your lines so that when the script is rolling down the screen, it's not the first time you've seen the word since you typed it, because you can see there's a disconnect when you watch someone who's reading the lines off the teleprompter versus someone who knows their lines and can go, I can relax, be myself, and be prompted by the teleprompter. Which is when you watch professional newsreaders, even though they potentially haven't rehearsed a lot of the lines, they are so good at being able to be themselves and read. But that takes practice unless you're naturally gifted. So enjoy the camera. Doesn't matter who you are or what you look like. I saw someone in an online forum saying they were too ugly for video. Bullshit. You are who you are. You'll attract your tribe who love your style. I'm not going to attract people who don't like my style. I'm going to attract people who like who I am on camera, which is who I am. So be yourself and build your own tribe and enjoy being on video. It's fun, it's your personality. I've sold lots of programs because I've got video, because they got an essence of who I am rather than just reading my bio or seeing pictures. And I think it just cuts some of the BS, which today we want more connection and less BS. Well, I know I do. So video is the new black. Online is not going away. So learn to embrace it and make some great money selling some great programs by being yourself on camera, and be goofy if you need to be goofy. Anyway, until next time. Hasta la vista.